Well, hello, welcome to Double Talk. I'm Mark Steffen.
And I'm Teddy Aspen, filling in for the missing Mike Mandel.
Thank you for joining us on this week's show, Ted.
It's always a pleasure.
Glad you could stop in. And Michael's enjoying his Jewish holiday ceremonies and celebrations and food and all that. And
we didn't get the invite, and that's why we're here.
That's true. Well, we just had a 16th of September celebration, that our Mexican friends out there all celebrated and enjoyed, as they do every 17th, 16th, and 17th or 15th of September, depending on what part of the week it falls on.
Anytime the fiesta is always a good reason, but the Mexican Independence Day, so absolutely.
Now, lately we've been having some crazy weather, a lot of rain, unusually rainy September. We've had floods, we've had deluge, unusual heavy rains. Parts of southern New Mexico have been deluged. El Paso had terrible flooding on Interstate 10. A woman drowned. Las Cruces has seen a lot of damage. Hatch had lots of damage during the rains this past week. It's good. I mean, we certainly need the rain. It's unfortunate it all lands at the same time. It'd be nice if it be sprinkled out throughout the season, but when it rains, it pours, they say. I personally had a leak in my house. Someplace on my roof is a leak, and it was coming in underneath the air conditioner. So we assumed that that's where it was coming in from, but with water, you never know. It could come in one place and run down and then enter the house through another port. So I decided I would go up into the attic, and certainly there would be evidence of where the rain had come in. I should have done this while it was still raining, so I could maybe even see it coming in. But no, I did it after it had stopped raining the next day. So I had to climb up into the attic. Now the port to get into the attic is in the garage, clear across the house from where the hole is, from where the rain was leaking. So into the attic, you have to just step across carefully 2x4s on the floor. Otherwise you'll fall through the ceiling. So stepping across 2x4s, it's not easy holding a flashlight because it's almost pitch black up there. And you have to walk hunched over because even at the peak it's not very tall. And I had to wear a hard hat because there are nails sticking through the roof. The roofing nails are there from the shingles. What did I mention? It's 120 degrees up there.
Are you sure this isn't like the synopsis of the movie The Maze Runner?
Well,
Hunger Games?
Yes, only this is far more interesting, as you can tell. So I made my way over there finally. To where the air conditioner downdraft is, and I looked everywhere to find signs of leakage and water damage. Couldn't find a thing. I don't know where the water was coming in. I still don't. I had the roofer come out and look. I had the people who installed the air conditioner come out. I think I might have narrowed it down, but I won't know until the next hard rain, because I'm going to now try and fix what to me didn't seem like it was a place where water could come in. The roof is in great shape. There's nothing wrong with it. So I will...
Well, so you're led to believe. I mean, I recently became a homeowner myself, and my father passed away, did not pass any knowledge on how to maintain a house, which I'm thinking because he didn't know anything himself. What do you say, producers of Double Talk, that we can actually bring in someone that can actually teach us or give us some examples of doing some preventive maintenance? So come, future tundra seasons, we'll be prepared to deal with these situations.
Well, the thing is, a little bit of work and expense now can save a whole lot of expense and work later.
Oh, absolutely. But I mean, I'm certain there's little tricks and whatnot that we could do to, prevent future damage coming up. And I mean, I would love to have this knowledge, and I'm sure some of our viewers would like as well. I mean,
that's a whole show in itself. In fact, the Do It Yourself channel has all kinds of stuff like shows like that on a regular basis. Well, for instance, my ceiling, it wasn't pouring out of my ceiling like that, but I did have rivulets of water coming down the walls, and now my ceiling has to be replaced. It's got that cottage cheese crap sprayed on it because the house is 40 years old. Mm-hmm. So the wall board on the ceiling has to be replaced, and all that crap's got to be resprayed up to make it match the rest of the ceiling. Well, that's going to be an expense, and that old stuff has asbestos in it. So you have to deal with that. And it may be quite a while before that gets fixed. Plus the carpet got wet. Now you're dealing with mold issues. Mold issues up in the attic, maybe mold issues underneath the carpeting. You know, I put the fan on it and try to clean, you know, air out the carpeting as best you can. Who knows what's going on underneath there?
Exactly. So now we're talking about tens of thousands of dollars in order to get this all corrected again. I mean, we can get someone in here to help us out, give us a few pointers to prevent all this, and you know, save ourselves a few pennies in the process.
Sure. If there's anybody out there who's in this line of work, would love to come on the show, give us some tips, some pointers, maybe even show us a thing or two. That would be great. Please get in touch with the show and check us out on the website or call us up here. Call me personally. 650. No, that's not my number. 636-3842. That's my number, and they can call me. And you can also advertise on the show. If you come on the show and give us your expertise, you'll get free advertising for whatever your business is, because we'll mention your business while you're here on the show. So let's hope it doesn't rain too much more, but you know, I'm all down for rain. We need it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I think it feels great while it's coming down. Just leading up to it with all the humidity, not so much.
We don't like that. Yeah. And the mosquitoes that we've got. But more about the mosquitoes in a little while. So not only is it the season for rain and humidity and all that comes with it, it's the season for police killing people. We've seen on the news across the country, police shooting down unarmed citizens. And if you look on the internet, you see more instances that are never reported on the news, on television, and in the newspaper of police shooting unarmed citizens. And coming up with a good reason for doing so, they say. We had a police killing here in Las Cruces. By police killing, I mean police killing somebody. Over on Avenida de Mesilla, after a high-speed pursuit from Deming. The fellow got off the freeway at Avenida de Mesilla, proceeded east on Avenida de Mesilla, crossed Valley Drive, and finally stopped the car. And a standoff ensued, and police from multiple agencies were on the scene and trying to deal with the man. They had police negotiators trying to get the man to give himself up. The man's father was in the passenger seat. There was a female in the back seat, and the man was in and out of the car. He was very distraught. He was a military veteran, and at some point, a state police officer took it upon himself to go ahead and shoot the man dead. It's currently under investigation. But with all those agencies on the scene at the same time, who's going to investigate this? Because it has to be investigated by an agency that was not involved at that time. So I don't know who's going to investigate this.
So you're saying right now that the police were wrong in doing this? I mean, the guy was brandishing a weapon. Well, he is trained to use it, trained to kill with it. I mean, at what point do you put aside your, okay, this is going to be a potentially dangerous situation. I have a clear shot. Let's take it. I mean, how do we know that it wasn't ordered? I mean, we don't know. We weren't on the scenes. We don't really know all the dilemmas.
No, and we don't know. We don't know. But none of the other cops needed to shoot him. They felt the need to shoot him. And we don't know if the man was actually dangerous or not.
If he's got a gun, you know, there's only one or two ways to find out, and I wouldn't want that on my conscience.
Well, lots of people have
to wait for it. Yeah, I know, but not all of us are out there waving in front of people and causing a standoff and then having a whole road closed off.
True, it could have been just as easily tased. You think maybe beanbagged? I don't know.
It's hard to say. I mean, again, we weren't there in the situation. Right. So I mean, I think this might not be as much as. I don't think this needs to be as high a profile as, like, say, what's going on out in Missouri,
in Ferguson,
in Ferguson, other places like that. I mean, I'm certain there's also a bunch of other related issues where policemen are getting shot at by people, and those aren't making the news.
Right. Of course, maybe if this fellow who was shot had been black, whole different story for some reason.
Potentially. I mean, on the same note, too, I mean, the police have, that's a tough job. I know I'm not strong enough to do it. It does take a special someone who can do it, and I know I have run into a few instances where a few policemen just can't handle the power of the badge, and it goes straight to their heads, and they do have bad attitude problems. But on the same note, there are a lot of officers with families and trying to earn a living just as well, trying to, uphold the, law and order. They are not getting paid enough I'm sorry to say, but we're going to talk about politicians here soon. Why don't we put the politicians on minimum wage or whatever city workers are earning, and give the money that they're earning to our teachers, our fire departments, and our police departments, and let's get things improved. I mean, let's make it a worthwhile job where if they're putting their lives on the line, let's go ahead and reward them and compensate them for doing so.
Well, I'm sure that especially around here, the police should be paid more. Then it would take away more temptation from being a crooked policeman. They wouldn't try to be on the take. They wouldn't so easily tend to go in that direction, as so many of them today do.
I would like to believe you on that, but also, I mean, if our elected officials are getting paid that much money, yet they're still
right.
Getting
but of course,
corrupt.
Our district attorneys and other elected officials who have law degrees or advanced degrees. They paid a lot of money to get those degrees. They deserve the high salaries that a teacher with a bachelor's degree wouldn't have. College professors who have PhDs and master's degrees here aren't getting paid what they deserve either, at least not in this state. Professors here who've been working for 20 years at NMSU are getting what starting professors make at real colleges like Penn State or Stanford. So there's a lot of payment inequities going on, especially in New Mexico, I think, the poorest state in the nation. And we're in the poorest county in the country. So we reap what we sow.
Man, way to depress me, huh?
Cheer up. So, yes, and you mentioned the DA, and the DA right now is involved with the former DA, our current DA, Mark D'Antonio, and our previous DA, who... what's her name? Tell me her name.
Orlando.
Amy Orlando. Our current DA is accusing our former DA, Amy, of deleting emails which are deemed to be public record, and they're actually owned by the state of New Mexico, and they're part of the public record. You and I can go and ask for those, and they have to show them to us because it is public record. DA Antonio was saying she deleted these before she left office. And they even found they brought these back. They thought they'd been deleted, but there's ways to go in and bring those back. Mm-hmm. And they brought them back, including one email where Amy Orlando was pleading with somebody in an email to please don't leave any information that would tell Mark D'Antonio how to access grant money for his office. $200,000 worth. Well, he says, well, we access that grant money just fine. Thank you anyway. So these are the things. Of course, it is an election season.
Oh, so, corruption in city officials. Oh, let me check my leg to see which one you're pulling.
Well, a friend of mine used to live in Chicago. He's a businessman, and he's well connected there. He moved here and has had a business here for years. And he said, people talk about Chicago and its political corruption and how bad it is. He says, Chicago has nothing on Doñana County. He says Doñana County is the most corrupt place he's ever seen.
No.
Much worse than Chicago.
I mean, I believe it as well. It's getting to the point where, okay, why do we have to have political parties? Democrats, Republicans. They're just as bad as Blood and the Crips. They're bickering with each other. They're creating a war amongst themselves. No progress is being made, and the innocent bystanders are us, the American people. And I mean, what's the point anymore? I mean, to me, voting day is a lot like playing the game Dream Date. We're going to decide which one is going to be the one to screw us, and I'm always going to go for the one that's the most charismatic because I'm all about personality, I guess.
And maybe they'll screw us the least. Well, you know what they say, we get the government that we deserve. So now we have to live with it. We do have an election coming up in about a month, and a little over a month. And so we see the ads ramping up on television.
Oh yeah, more mud being flung. I mean, seriously. I mean, it's just getting to the point where it's almost silly. I mean, why don't we get Tom Jones to start drawing up cartoons of all this mudslinging that's going on to make it that much more entertaining? Because I am so sick of hearing
Tom Jones.
Chuck Jones.
Oh, Chuck Jones.
Chuck Jones.
Bugs Bunny.
Yes. Actually, no, he passed away. But I mean, let's get someone to draw up some cartoons to do the mudslinging for them because I'm so sick of hearing about this person's bad, but it's voted on by I endorse this commercial. I am so sick of political commercials. Seriously, I think Kurt Cobain saw this is going to be the future of television and took the easy way out.
Well, speaking of commercials, we've got to take one right now, And we will be right back after it.
If you're living with diabetes and have Medicare or insurance, here is some great news. Call United States Medical Supply today, and we'll send you the smallest glucose meter in the world, absolutely free.
It only takes a speck of blood, and it gives me my results in 5 seconds.
And there's no coding for easier, more accurate results.
Don't let diabetes get in the way of living. Give us a call today at United States Medical Supply and get the smallest meter in the world for free.
Get ready, America! The Affordable Health Care Act is here, and it's got everyone asking, how do I find affordable health insurance that's right for me? The answer is simpler than you think. Pick up the phone and call I Can Benefit right now. Waiting for you is a team of licensed insurance agents who understand health care reform and can help you find the right plan to take care of you and your family's health. Don't wait. Call now and get the answers you deserve and a price you'll love.
Call toll-free 1-800-426-2163.
Fiesta Motors. Come and see us today and discover why our service is second to none. In business for over 17 years, we have the right car for you. When you buy a vehicle from Fiesta Motors, we do everything possible to ensure your satisfaction. Located at the corner of El Paseo and Main. See you there.
Celebrate Fiesta Motors, where buying a car is always a celebration.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Burke, and I have a confession to make. I have a serious crush on my workout. Hip, fun, and always a challenge. Jazzercise is the total package. It's the only workout that I've ever truly loved. Does it show? That's because I'm in the best shape of my life. What a difference Jazzercise makes. When's the last time your workout swept you off your feet? Find a class near you at jazzercise.com.
When you have credit card debt, the debt suckers' high rate and high pay are everywhere.
They're making another minimum payment. Great. Most of the money goes to us.
One call to Consolidated Credit can get the debt suckers off your neck.
They lower his rates and consolidate his bills into one low payment. Consolidated Credit drives us batty.
Call Consolidated Credit now.
'Cause debt sucks.
Call now.
Call Consolidated Credit at 1-800-530-4571. Call now.
And we're back. This is Double Talk, Channel 98, the premier talk show of Las Cruces. 5 years and running now.
Has it been that long? Seems like just yesterday.
Yes.
Really? Remember
Mark Steffen along with Ted Aspen.
Yeah, thank you for making us a part of your Saturday.
And don't worry, it's almost over. Now, what were we talking about?
Well, we were talking about corrupt politicians and police killings. Why don't we talk about something a little less sickening, like diseases?
No, there you go. It's the season for them, too. You know, we were talking about things that are of the season, like the weather. Well, maybe the weather contributes to these diseases because more mosquitoes, I mean, more whatever they bring. Right now, we're dealing with tuberculosis. There's a big TB scare. Thanks to Providence Memorial Hospital down in El Paso. They had an employee there in the children's ward who had tuberculosis and potentially exposed maybe some 700 babies to tuberculosis over a course of 2 years. And so they've begun ongoing testing for tuberculosis. You can bring your children, they're maybe 1 to 2 years old by now. Any infants born there within the past year or two, take them in for free testing. If you're in El Paso, you're not seeing this show unless you're watching it on YouTube. And if you are, take them in, free testing. If any people here from Doña County had children born at Providence in the last 2 years, you may take them in for free testing. And this is what the shot looks like when they test you. It's a skin test. Now, if you're positive, you'll get a red rash like that on your arm. If that occurs, then that proves that you have been exposed to tuberculosis. They will then have to treat you for it. And in most cases, it's easily treatable. You don't certainly want to let it go until it invades your lungs. Las Cruces used to have an old sanitarium out by Dripping Springs back in the 1800s. People would come out here from the east. It was a sanitarium for tuberculosis. They would come out here for the fresh air and the clean mountain air. And if you take the hike up to Dripping Springs, you can see the remnants of the old sanitarium/hotel.
Wow.
So anyway, tuberculosis is in the air. And call the public health office if you have any questions about it. And we'll put the number up on the screen here at the Doniana Public Health Office, 528-5108. If you have any questions or want to know where you can go to get tested for TB, even if you're an adult and you have a question, better to be safe than sorry with that. Now, also we were talking about the floods and the rains. They bring mosquitoes, and well, mosquitoes are out, and we've had the first West Nile virus death reported in New Mexico, just over in Lee County, just east of here. So the mosquitoes are on the prowl. I know they're very heavy where I live, just north of town. And with this rain, they breed. So any open container sitting outside, they have rain collected in them. That's a perfect breeding spot for mosquitoes. There's large puddles that are left standing.
Yeah.
Many parking lots have those drainage areas where the parking lot runoff goes. I call them a mosquito breeding program because that's pretty much what they are. Since there's no running water to stir the water up, the mosquitoes lay eggs, the eggs hatch, and you have more mosquitoes. There is a spraying program in the city in Doniana County. It's not much of one. Although a few weeks ago we had a bad problem. I called it. I live in the county, and I called the mosquito abatement program, left a message, and the next night here came the truck spraying on my street. So if you live in the county, they are paying attention. And if you have a problem with mosquitoes, they're especially heavy now, call the county office. If you look in if you have the Directory Plus, the red phone book, look up under the county services, the county pages in the blue pages. Look under mosquito abatement or pest control and call that number. So yeah, mosquitoes are out. Not only do they bring the West Nile virus, they bring malaria. We don't have much of that here anymore. They also are terribly annoying. Mosquito bites are. Some people, my dad had a certain chemistry that mosquitoes never bit him. They just didn't like him. I, on the other hand, have great animal magnetism, apparently, because they love me. Maybe I don't eat enough garlic.
Any number of things. It's hard to say, but my God, we have so much gloom and doom going on here in Doniana County. Anything positive coming up?
Yes. The massage parlors that we had here in town a couple of years ago, well, sadly, we're closed. I'm sorry for the more bad news. We had 2 massage parlors here in town that allegedly were encouraging prostitution to occur. Now, there was a lengthy study by the police agencies. They went from April to August 2011 studying the alleged prostitution occurring at these massage parlors. And it took that many months for them to realize, yes, there's definitely prostitution going on, and maybe we should do something about it. So they did. They closed the place, and they preferred charges. It's been 3 years now, and finally they've brought charges forth to the alleged owners of these 2 massage parlors, who are in California and other parts unknown. They're all up for multiple charges, and they'll probably just never come back to Las Cruces, and that'll be that. But they were also guilty of threatening one of the massage parlor workers, who apparently was from Korea, South Korea, illegally, and they told her, if you tell anybody, why we will report you to the immigration authorities. So they were using intimidation like that on their workers, which is a crime in itself. So we'll see what happens. Probably not much, but there's no more massage parlors in Las Cruces, so we can breathe safe. But there's nothing like a good massage.
If you say so.
You've never had a massage?
Never had a massage.
My goodness. Never had a girlfriend give you a massage?
Never had a girlfriend give me a massage. Sadly, no. I don't know. I have a tendency to tense up more, and I don't relax.
It's hard to, I see.
I guess it's not really a massage if your girlfriend has you by the throat.
Well, there's various places to massage, and in your case, that's one of them.
Right.
Yes. Now, pet adoptions are happening, as they are every weekend and every day, actually. But on the weekends, down at the farmers market downtown on Main Street, pet adoptions are always going on until about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Saturdays today. So as soon as the show's over, if you really need a dog or a cat, adopt one. They're the best ones anyway. Run down there, you can get them. Some of the pet stores in town, they kind of have rotating pet adoptions going on. Call your local pet store, see if they're having it.
That's the best kind of love you can get. That's unconditional right there. They're always so happy to see you.
Yeah, and you adopt one, you rescue one, they're grateful. We have a cat that we got that way, and she's thrilled to not be in charge, as cats will do. And but cat videos on the internet are the most popular videos online. You know that, right? You want to see? You can spend hours watching cat videos on the internet. They're everywhere. Even on Facebook, you can't ignore them because they're everywhere. And you can't help but watch them because they're charming,
Great. Now, as soon as the show's over, people aren't going to go adopt animals. They're going to go online and look at cat videos.
Well,
way to go. Way to infect them.
There I go again. This week, there happens to be live theater in Las Cruces. And there's only one place you can get it. That's out at Corbett Center Outdoor Theater. Tonight's closing night of Pericles by William Shakespeare. And this is probably the only opportunity in life you will ever have to see this particular play by Shakespeare, because it's never done. Why is that?
It's one of his lesser-known plays, and rumor has it that he didn't write it all himself, that he took over from a previous writer.
But that's no reason not to do it if it's a good play, right?
Perhaps not. The only way to find out if it's a good play would be to see it or read it for yourself.
That's true. Of course, plays are meant to be seen, not read particularly. And you can see this play tonight at 7 o'clock at Corbett Center. On the north side of Corbett Center, there's a little outdoor mini amphitheater there. It's concrete steps where you're going to sit. So bring a cushion because, well, how long is the play? Ted, you're involved with it.
Roughly 2 hours.
With an intermission?
With a 15-minute intermission, yes.
2 hours. Okay, so bring a cushion. You can sit for 2 hours. You're going to be entertained. It's free, did I mention? And
that's one of our leading ladies right there in that photo.
Yes, the bearded lady.
You can tell by the mascara.
Yes, indeed. So that's tonight, closing night. Be there. Also, I kind of have a bone to pick with the city of Las Cruces bus transit system. It's great that we have a bus system. It's sad that hardly anybody uses it. Maybe this is why, because when you buy a transfer, say you're on the green chili line and you want to transfer to the brown pecan line because it's going in a different direction, you buy a transfer, which allows you to transfer onto that other line, and you pay a small fee to do that. So you wait at the bus station for the next line to present your transfer. Well, the bus drivers don't want to accept the transfer. They say, no, you have to take the bus all the way down to the transfer station to then transfer onto the other line, which seems like chimpanzee bus service to me. No other bus service in the country does it in that ridiculous way. But there'll be more on this next week, I guarantee you. And with that, we're out of time, Ted. So thanks for sitting in for Michael today.
My pleasure.
And that is our show for this week. Thanks for joining us right here on Double Talk.